I messed up the video. I'm going to start. To be continued. Johnny was working installing gutters, and Lucy was finishing her medical assisting certificate, was getting ready to start her internship. And I would come home after work, and he had worked hard, and she was not quite working hard yet. So I would knock on the door to say hi to everybody, and he would always be asleep in her arm with his head rested on her chest. And she would very quietly wave and say, so she wouldn't wake him up. So knowing that he's still in the crook of her arm is a really beautiful thing for me. Because I know that they found comfort in each other. And I didn't want her to be alone out here. It's very interesting, that we're supposed to imagine the soul and the happier place, and no more pain, and it's true, and I do believe that, but the body that I grew in my belly, every bone that I made, and every finger and every toe that was perfect when she was born is in that ground out there. We live in Oregon, I mentioned in my last video, and it rains a lot here. And every time it rains, I can't help but feel sick to my stomach that she's out here in the rain. Even though I know her soul's not there. I'm not irrational, but I'm also very practical. This Christmas is something that I do not have the slightest inclination to celebrate. I don't want to. I don't want to celebrate it. She was the easiest one to buy for. I'm a girl. She's my only girl, and everything I walked by I knew she'd like. And I was always scrambling for the boys, like, oh man, what do I buy the boys? And this year I must have walked by 1,000 things and thought, oh, Lucy would love that. And then, oh, that's right, she's not here. Our brain is still trained to have that child. There's a number of moms in my bereavement group that are spending their first Christmas without their child this year, and none of us really bought presents for anybody, and nor do we want to celebrate. We will be at my parents', and I think there's a tree, and I'm sure my mom will cook a dinner, but I am making it a shortest trip as possible because I really would rather just be in bed with a blanket over my head. I just went to Walmart because I wanted to bring some Christmas stuff out, and I'm broke because I'm not working. And I found a little Christmas tree that I thought would withstand the weather a little bit. And I wrote on it, I miss you. Love, Mama. And I bought a candle that's battery powered, and I'll leave it out here lit as long as the batteries last, I guess. I'm sure that the cemetery eventually will move it. But I couldn't not come out here at Christmas She deserves more visits than I've given. And it's just really hard for me to come out. I think that I'm worse now than I was when it first happened. When it first happened, I was in shock, just numb. I don't remember everybody who was at the funeral. It's kind of just a blur. But now that the shock has worn off a little bit, reality has set in, and that's worse. I think I'd rather be in shock than in reality. She taught me how to put on fake lashes before she died. It's funny because they've been a godsend, because you can cry and they don't come off and nothing black runs down your face. So I laugh often about my fake eyelashes. They may seem vain, but they sure have been practical. And they're part of her. I cut my own hair the other night. I don't know what happened. Oops. Too short. Oh well. She'd laugh at me. So yeah, I was just in Walmart. All these people buying all these things for their families. And I just was looking for something that wouldn't weather. I was wandering Walmart with all these happy families, looking for something for my daughter's gravesite that wouldn't weather in the rain. I wonder how many other people have wandered around me before this that I've been unaware of, that have been hurting. And it makes me mad at myself for not paying more attention to the grieving people of the world. I just I want to be a better supportive person. I always thought every experience in my life will give me some sort of value to take with me to use someplace else. Hard experience, pain, happy experience. I don't think I ever thought that I would have to lose a child. I didn't want to take that experience, but here I am. So again, these videos, as much as they are therapeutic for me, are designed to let you know that maybe you're not alone. And I know how much pain you're in. I'm sorry that we're in this group together. So much for not getting emotional and crying. But I plan on heading over to their site here and just having a few minutes with her. Looks like the grass has grown over. Last time I was here, it was still dirt. The grass hadn't really taken over yet. Oh, it's a permanent fixture now. You know, they look like all the other sites. I will miss you so much this year, Lucy. I'll miss you in your Christmas pajamas and your fuzzy blankets. I'll miss not watching you open your presents. I'll miss your snarky attitude when we try and wake you up. And just know that we all wish you were still here. You're the light of my life, my joy, as Poppy says. Merry Christmas.